Welcome to Folsom, California, home of Stage 2 of the Amgen Breakaway from Heart Disease Women's Race, empowered with SRAM, part of the UCI Women's World Tour. 20.3 kilometers on the circuit today, 12.6 miles for the team time trial. Very unique discipline in bike racing. My name is Brad Soner, joined by Laura Winter as we get ready for the incredibly important time trial today. The defending world champions in the team time trial, formerly known as Velocio SRAM, now racing under the Canyon SRAM banner. Getting their warm-up in, there's Dame Sarah Story, who earned the Breakaway from Cancer Most Courageous Riders jersey for her incredible solo breakaway in Tahoe yesterday. So 12.7 miles of total racing in the Folsom team time trial, starting and finishing in historic downtown Folsom, out over the Johnny Cash Bike Bridge, along Folsom Lake, over by the Folsom Dam, and then returning back in to downtown. All eyes on the gold jersey of Megan Guarnier as she tries to defend her race lead heading into Stage 2 today.
Megan, a beautiful day in Folsom. Team time trial today. How are bowls feeling?
Yeah, I think we're feeling strong. We just pre-rode the course and it went pretty well, so I think we're ready to put ourselves in the hurt box.
A huge effort from you guys yesterday to pull it back from Sarah and to deliver you for the win as well. How are the legs?
My legs are good. I think the other girls had a harder day than me, really. But the morale's good. The team's strong, so we're looking for a good result.
Canyon SRAM world champions on the time trial. They're a big rival here. How are you guys going to overcome them?
I don't think we've thought about so much specific rivals at this point. It's just getting the best out of ourselves today and seeing where that puts us.
Best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hard to pick a favorite today with so much talent coming to race here in California, including the two-time Olympic gold medalist Kristen Armstrong.
Kristen, time trialing something of a specialty for you, of course. Team time trial today in Folsom for Stage 2 of the Tour of California. How are the team feeling and what's the game plan?
Yeah, we're really excited about today's team time trial. We have a very strong team. We have Chloe Dygert, who's multiple world champion now, and so she's kind of our addition. She's been on our team all year, but focusing on the team pursuit. But we also have another, 5 other members that are super strong, and we came out here a little bit early and previewed the course last week and rode it together as a team, and we're super excited. So, this is what's so exciting about this race, Tour of California. Every day you have to wake up and it's a new day and you have to give it 100%.
And finally, as a more experienced member of this team, you mentioned the youngsters coming through. What do you feel you bring to that? What can they learn from you?
It's interesting. I think that there's just so many different things. The questions that they ask me off the bike, on the bike, I try to lead by example, and they typically, just kind of are watching me, I feel. Whether it's in a race, but coming in and being able to deliver for a young team yesterday, getting third, it shows how much teamwork can really contribute to that final result. So the pressure was on me to finish in that last K, but really the pressure was on them to protect me the entire ride. And I think that sometimes with a new team, when there isn't a leader that can deliver on the team, sometimes it's hard to understand what teamwork is. And so I look forward to the coming days. We had some good finishers outside of myself on the team, so we do have other cards to play, which I always enjoy, and I think they get excited about as well. So it makes it really fun.
Best of luck today. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Big day for Kristen Armstrong as she'll be targeting the Rio Olympics coming up this year. 63 degrees out there right now. Wind speeds at 15 miles an hour, although, Laura, we've been seeing some pretty big gusts out on course today.
We have indeed. We can see now Canyon SRAM racing. You said earlier, Brad, of course, under the name Velocio SRAM last year in Richmond, here in the USA again. They were the world TTT champs. And here they go again, off the start line, off the ramp, and onto the course.
You can see very well organized. They got into that formation very quickly. That's going to be key on the course today because of that quick left-hand turn. And then you see this as they get very well organized and immediately open up the speeds.
Absolutely. They're tucked right in, staying out of that wind because it is gusty. We have seen some gusts. The wind may be less than we saw in Tahoe yesterday, but Canyon SRAM right now staying protected. They're on each other's wheels and they're looking organized.
Laura, this is a team that you, along with your Vox women's team, see a lot during the year following the Women's World Tour on all the stops. Who's the big time trial rider on this squad? Who should we be watching for on the Canyon SRAM team?
Thanks, Brad. Yeah, Lisa Brennauer is really one of the ones to watch. She is a 3-time team time trial world champion and world time trial champion too.
Riders going a little wide on that right-hand turn. Some riders going left of those cones. Now, that is still legal, but it's certainly going to throw off the rhythm and rotation of this group, although they're getting back into it pretty quickly.
We see now Team USA on the start line. Of course, the riders coming through now in 4-minute intervals out onto the 12-mile course here in Folsom. And Team USA now underway.
Yeah, only 3 riders starting for Team USA as they lost some riders during the opening stage in Tahoe, starting with 6 riders on the roster and lost half the team. So the time will come off of the 3rd rider to cross the line. They're going to need to keep these 3 riders together. Can't afford to lose any riders for Team USA.
3 riders, that is a tough ask. It's hard enough with 6. You still see riders dropping off with a full team of 6, but with just 3, they're going to have to work seriously well together.
Yeah, I would expect most teams to come to the line with 4 riders, as if you do start a full roster, the time comes off of the front wheel of the 4th rider to cross the line. So that means you can burn through 2 riders, and I don't think there's any reason to bring more than 4 to the line. So you're going to see some big pulls from these riders on the front, and then they'll be missing at the finish as their job will be done.
You can see now Hannah Barnes, Lisa Brennauer, they both took their turn in the front. Hannah Barnes, a British rider, actually coming back from quite a serious ankle injury. As we see now Tiff Cromwell, the Australian rider, take the front, and we're on to podium ambition on the start line. Sarah Story, of course, this is her team. She put in a huge effort yesterday, so you have to ask how her legs are doing today after that 90K solo breakaway.
Sarah Story basically doing what she needs to do today, just putting in a big, long effort in that solo breakaway at Tahoe. But she's also going to have to rely on her teammates here. That's the interesting thing about the team time trial. You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Sarah Story before the race actually said to me that this is the first team time trial this team has ever done. So they are in new water, new territory here for the British team, but she seemed up for it. The team are ready and raring to go out here in California and want to show a bit of British style as well, I think.
Boy, all the credit in the world for a first-time team time trial competitor. This is not something that you can just come out of the gate and execute well. You really need to know your teammates well and have good communication on the team as well.
You do indeed. Sarah Story, of course, so much track discipline, so much track experience. So she, the natural leader here, will guide them through.
Back with Canyon SRAM as they work their way back to the finish line inside the final few kilometers, looking very strong, but down to 4 riders, and they spread out across the line, perfectly executing the finish here as they stop the clock at a 28:09 to set the fast time.
I mean, we expected them to be quick, and they have done. They beat the high-tech products by 32 seconds, 28:09, the new fastest time. But I wonder if we'll see faster than that.
Well, certainly going to have some powerful teams yet to come in here as High Tech and Visit Dallas get knocked out of the hot seat. So then we go back out onto the course looking at the Rabo Liv women's cycling team. This, of course, the team of the legend, Marianne Vos.
She is the best cyclist in the world ever. She's won the most races of any female cyclist, so a real phenomenon in women's cycling and fierce competition for those riders out there. Rabo Liv will be pulling for her throughout the course of this race, but today they're going to be time trialing their way, hopefully, over the line first.
Do want to point out the equipment. This is a Merckx style TT, which means the riders are using basically standard issue road bikes. Now, they are allowed to use disc wheels on the back, but no aero bars or anything like that. So it's pretty much a slightly modified road bike that these riders are using here. That's just because of the travel involved with all the teams. We want to make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity in terms of equipment, and so that rule implemented to keep the playing field level.
So the TT specialists will really have to adjust to time trialing with the standard road bike as opposed to their normal TT positions, that tucking in on the aero bars. But it seems like they're all doing that well as Rabo Liv take that corner smoothly and accelerate out of it.
Yeah, at this point, it's really a lot like riding a breakaway on your road bike where you're taking poles on the front and then getting to the back. The hardest thing is going to be, 1, taking the turns, and then 2, getting that order sorted out, especially at the start. But obviously, Rabo Liv had that dialed. Here comes Team USA working their way into the finish as, again, they have to finish all 3 riders from this squad, starting just 3 today, and they're going to line it up. That looks like Kelly Catlin on the front. Taylor Wiles will take the second wheel across the line as they stop the clock at a 29:30, minute 21 down on Canyon SRAM.
They're in third spot at the moment, but like you said, 1 minute 21 down on Canyon SRAM. They are in third behind High Tech Products. We'll see how long they can last up there.
You can see the pain on their faces after a tough time trial out there today, battling the wind, and with only 3 riders, that might be the ride of the day for Team USA, surviving all the way to the line. Here's another team that we've been keeping our eye on all week, the 2016 Ride Biker team. This, of course, the squad of Kristen Armstrong, who we talked to earlier today, as Armstrong looks to lead her team to victory. Meanwhile, United Healthcare Pro Cycling, the American registered squad, taking their start. This is going to be the team of the world time trial champion Linda Willemsen.
It is indeed. You're going to expect some real pedigree here as well. Katie Hall, Corin Rivera, and of course Willemsen herself. This team could be dangerous. They could really challenge the likes of Boels Dolmans and race leader Megan Garnier, and of course Canyon SRAM, who are leaders at the moment.
This is another one of those teams that brings an incredibly deep roster to the Amgen Tour of California. All 6 of these riders are incredibly powerful. Even Corin Rivera, who I think was typically considered a sprinter over the last couple years, but has really shown she can do it all.
She's one of the most decorated US cyclists. She's got 70 national titles. We're seeing now Sarah Story, another very decorated cyclist indeed, at the front, pulling podium ambition right up to the line now.
So you can see Podium Ambition has dropped one of their riders, the 5th rider off the back there. That won't matter because, again, we take the time of the 4th rider. They stop the clock at 28:45, a new 3rd best time, about 36 seconds behind Canyon SRAM, who stay in the hot seat as they've been watching all these riders come across the line.
You can see the relief mixed with probably a tinge of pain in their faces there as they come over the line. Steely determination from Sarah Story, though. Job done today.
Really well executed from the team. Meanwhile, here is 2016 presented by Ride Biker and Kristen Armstrong in the start house now. Armstrong looks ready to go, but still relaxed at the same time. This is another squad with a lot of very good time trialists coming to the Amgen Tour of California.
Absolutely. It's not just Armstrong to look at in this team. Chloe Dygert is quite the phenomenon. A junior rider, 19 years old, and already multiple world champion in the team pursuit, double junior world champion in time trial and road. So there is such pedigree in this team, and they are led by the ever-present Kristen Armstrong.
Also going to be watching Allison Jackson, the former triathlete, now racing on the road with the 2016 Ride Biker team. I would think they use someone like Jackson early on, burn through a couple pulls for her, and then let her go off the back. That'll take them down to 5, and then Kristen Armstrong probably going to finish this one out for the team.
It's all about sacrificing those riders who are willing to put it all on the line in the opening half and protect the riders who can bring it back right to the finish line.
Well, you can see how well dialed they are. Look at that single file formation cutting through the wind here. Now, this is basically a headwind where they are across the bridge. As the wind starts to shift, that's one of the interesting things about this Folsom time trial course. You really have to be well aware of where that wind is coming from and adjust accordingly.
A British team now taking to the start line. It is Wiggle High Five, the best team on the road last year in the World Cup. This year, they haven't experienced as much success with the dominance of Boels Dolmans, but they did manage to pick up one UCI World Tour win so far in Zhongming. And we'll see how they get on here today in the team time trial. Of course, Emma Johansson yesterday finishing second on that epic stage around Lake Tahoe.
American rider Mara Abbott tacked on 4th wheel to this group, although kind of a big gap opening up here. You really want to make sure that you get as close as possible to that wheel in front of you. Every second counts in the team time trial.
Yeah, you've got to stay tucked in, organised, and absolutely bang on it, especially on those corners. We have heard of a few crashes out there already today. Drop cycling have crashed, and so have rally cycling too.
Back with the 2016 Ride Biker team as they make their way over the bridge heading out of Folsom. Now, this, I believe, is Allison Jackson on the front. Ali Dragoo taking a pole here as well. And this is to be expected. I would think short pulls on a day like today. You don't spend too much time on the front.
No, we can see Armstrong now taking her turn on the front. Number 101. She's, of course, double individual time trial Olympic champion and world TT champ 2006 and 2009. But here are their competition.
Yeah, this is the team to beat here at the Breakaway from Heart Disease women's race, empowered with SRAM. Megan Garnier there on the line along with Evelyn Stevens, a pair of American riders. Obviously, they want to have have a good performance on their home turf.
And if any rider knows how to suffer and to ride on her own solo, it's Evie Stevens, of course the world hour record holder and national TT champ from 2010 and 2011 as well. She's also won TTT world titles in 2012, 2013 and 2014. So there is some pedigree in here too.
No stranger to riding in a team time trial, but no stranger to suffering for that hour, as you mentioned as well. Looking very good out on the roads, nice and calm, really no reason to panic yet. These riders are going to be getting intermediate time checks throughout the race. They'll have both the team cars and maybe some staff members out on course to let them know where they are in relation to the other teams, just so they can kind of try and dial it in. Meanwhile, Tibco on their way into the finish. This is another American-based squad, actually based right here in California, as they're going to bring almost the full squad to the line. Interesting tactic here from Tibco as they bring 5 riders around that final turn altogether.
Very well organized. They cross the line 28, 3-1. They come over in second just behind Canyon SRAM Racing. You can see the determination there. A gutsy ride from the Tibco ladies as they power their way over the line. Still in formation as well. Super organized ride from the Tibco team.
And that brings High Tech Products down to third place at 32 seconds back. Haven't seen Rally Racing as they're now coming in now. Rally Racing started 4 minutes ahead of Tibco. And Laura, it sounds like there was a crash out on course for this group.
Yeah, there was a crash. We were hearing that over the race radios. They don't look happy. A really tough day at the office for them. Their riders down and they're coming through in 11th, of course, 4-minute intervals, and they finish 5 minutes down. You can see the riders look pretty dejected with that.
And noticeably absent from that group was yesterday's Lexus QOM leader, Sarah Poitevin, the young Canadian on that rally squad, who not at the finish, not part of those 4 riders. Back with the 2016 Ride Biker team with 5 riders in formation here as they're going to be hitting the intermediate checkpoint. We'll get a time check here and see where they stack up with the rest of the teams.
They have lost a rider. They're 1 rider down as we see Ali Dragoo taking that U-turn. And there is their intermediate split. They are the new leaders on the road. 14:52 is the new intermediate best time. And 2016 are motoring.
All right, so just a little bit faster than Canyon SRAM at that intermediate split, but now they have to maintain that speed. Meanwhile, here comes Rabo Liv into the finishing stretch as they put it all on the line. Again, bringing 5 riders to the finish line here. Nice finish as they all spread out across the road. This is how you do it. Textbook team time trial finish for the Rabobank Liv team.
They are driving their way to the line and crossing it in a new time, a new winning time, 28:07. They take the lead. They knock Canyon SRAM from that hot seat. A surprise.
Yeah, tight one there, going just 2 seconds faster than Canyon SRAM. That'll knock Tibco down to third, 21 seconds down on the stage today. So Rabo Liv move into the hot seat with a 28:07 performance in the team time trial. Just a few teams remaining able to beat that time.
You can see the effort that Rabo Liv put in there. Marianne Voss with her tongue hanging out of her mouth as she crossed the line. We're back now with Bowles Dolmans. They're out on the road, still looking good and still looking organized, tucked in right behind each other.
Yeah, this will be the final team out on course as they have Megan Guarnier on the team, and by virtue of her gold jersey yesterday moving into the GC lead, they were the final team to start today. So it'll all come down to that time check. Meanwhile, into the finishing stretch, this is United Healthcare, again with 5 riders here. There goes Corinne Rivera up the left side, looking like the sprinter that I think she's known as United Healthcare is going to hit the line here. We'll check the time for them and see if they can knock off that new best time. It is a new fast time, 27:58 for United Healthcare. We got a new leader in Folsom.
And again, Canyon SRAM, we all look to them as one of the favorites here today. They're knocked down into third spot. They're 11 seconds back.
Certainly a disappointing ride for Canyon SRAM so far today, and it's only going to get worse with 2 big teams yet to come in. Talking about the 2016 Ride Biker team and then, of course, the Bowles Dolmans team, as we'll be getting some time checks from them out on course. They should be hitting the intermediate point here in just a bit, and we'll have a better idea. In fact, this is Bowles Dolmans hitting the halfway mark right now as they turn back around, and it's going to be a new fast split, 14:46 for Bowles Dolmans. So they're on their way to knocking United Healthcare out of the hot seat. But it's not how you start, it's how you finish in the team time trial.
They are some seconds ahead of 2016, but you're right, we'll see how they come through in the second half of the race.
This is Huggins Berman Supermint on the way in, again bringing 5 riders to the line with a big effort there. I think that might be Scotty Lechuga. And they're going to turn into 29:38, a minute 40 down on the fast time set by United Healthcare.
We're back on the road now. 2016 are drilling it. Kristen Armstrong there on the right-hand side. She is coming. She's taken her turn. She's coming through to the back as the riders seek to pull her back through to the finish line and hopefully pick up a win here today in Folsom.
Yeah, look at the riders at the back struggling to stay on. They are down to just 4 riders as they're going to be inside the final K here. We know they've lost Allison Jackson and 1 more rider off of the roster. So now it's about the weakest link of these 4 riders. And if you start falling off the back here, Laura, you have to alert the team and let them know that you're falling off the pace.
Jennifer Tetrick's also gone. So just these 4 now, perhaps showing the absolutely brutal pace that has been set here by 2016. They're not taking any prisoners.
Chloe Digert leading the group onto the finishing stretch. That'll be Kristen Armstrong's second wheel as now they open it up to try to set the new fast time of the day. We'll watch the clock as they hit the line. 27:33. That'll be a new fast time for 2016 Ride Biker as they continue to raise the bar in the women's team time trial.
You can see them heads down all the way to the finish line. Kristen Armstrong there gritting her teeth, sucking in the oxygen just to get over the line. And they've done it 25 seconds over United Healthcare. Quite the statement.
Some fairly big gaps on the finish line here with 34 seconds back to the Rabo Liv women's cycling team. Remember, this plays into the individual GC standings as well, and we didn't see gaps this big yesterday on the Tahoe day, and we probably won't see many gaps this big for the remaining days here at the Breakaway from Heart Disease women's race empowered with SRAM.
We just saw, I think it was Mara Abbott, just slipping back. There she is now, chasing to get onto the wheel, showing just how hard Wiggle High Five are riding here. And they're going to need to ride hard. 2016 have set quite the pace.
Yeah, this is not a good sign for Mara Abbott. You don't want to be coming off the back and then chasing back on. That's a really easy way to burn through all your energy. Consistency is key. And it looks like Mara Abbott has done her work. So it'll go down to these 4 riders for the Wiggle High Five team.
Yeah, it will indeed. You see Danny King there coming out the saddle, of course, double Olympic champion on the track, now turning her attentions to the road. And flick of the elbow there, Danny King coming through.
So this is it into the final few turns for the Wiggle High Five Honda team. Again, back into formation. Looked like they were going to spread out there a little bit. I think they're starting to get nervous, realizing that they're coming into the final few turns, and this will be into the finishing stretch. As Mara Abbott has come back into the group, so they'll finish with 5. Abbott caught back on, and now they lead out the sprint.
Yep, here they come. You can see the crowds, enormous crowds out there. Big atmosphere at the finish, banging those placards and roaring them on to the line. Wiggle High Five cross 28:31, almost a minute down on 2016. That shows just how good that ride was.
Wow, huge ride from the 2016 Ride Biker team, defending the top step of the podium. Now they just have to worry about this team, the Bulls Dolman squad, looking very good out there. Hard to stop these riders. Just looking at the team on paper, arguably the strongest team here in California.
Absolutely. Megan Garnier, our race leader there, she's not afraid to take a turn at the front. She is on there, leading them down to the finish line now.
Garnier, the reigning U.S. professional time trial national champion, as she leads the team onto the finishing stretch. And they'll stop the clock at a 27:39. That'll be good for second today. Can't quite knock off the 2016 Ride Biker team as they go 6 seconds down on Kristen Armstrong's squad.
That shows how impressive the second half of that 2016 ride really was. They managed to overhaul that intermediate check by Bowles Dolmans. That was some 6 or 7 seconds faster, but 2016 crossed the line first.
No surprise here in Folsom as 2016 takes the win with a 27:33. Bowles Dolman in second, 6 seconds behind. United Healthcare in third, with Rabo Liv in fourth, and Team Tibco rounding out the top 5, just under a minute down on our race winners, the 2016 Ride Biker team. Well, there they are out onto the podium. Chloe Digert leading her squad as they accept their award for the stage win today. Great ride for 2016 Ride Biker.
Chloe Dygert's first ever World Tour race as well, and she's picked up a stage win already. She is quite the talent, only been racing a few years, and she has also said she's inspired by Kristen Armstrong, and you can certainly see why with time trial genius like this. Kristen, success for 2016 today. All eyes were on Canyon SRAM here as defending champions of the world, but you guys showed them how it's done.
Yeah, you know, it was amazing. We came out here, we sacrificed a few days early to come out and see the course. It's really important in a team time trial. And, you know, we just all dug deep, and having a development and young team, you don't know what you have until you put it on the line. And today we all put it on the line for one another, and there's nothing better than a win on the team time trial.
And the crowds out there, they must have been really cheering for an American team.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I could hear it. I saw some chairs when they were lined up in the middle of nowhere this morning, and when we were passing, it's weird the things you notice out there when you're time trialing because you're so focused. But I noticed the fans out there today in Folsom. It was an awesome crowd, and it gave us a lot of energy coming back in.
Recovery now, the priority. How are you feeling ahead of Santa Rosa?
Yeah, I feel really good. I was able to do Santa Rosa course a couple times with the Levi's Grand Fondo, and so I know that climb is going to be very difficult, but there's plenty of time from the top of that to the finish line. We have a really strong team. It's not just myself that moved up in GC, but it's several other riders on our team that moved up in GC, and so I think that we have several cards to play still.
Congratulations today. And
Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Thank you.
So here is Megan Guarnier accepting her gold Amgen Race Leaders jersey, defending the race lead after picking that jersey up on stage one, and her team did a great job for her today.
They did indeed. She also, of course, is wearing the green sprint jersey and the QOM jersey as well. A lot to defend.
Well, let's take a look at our GC standings after stage two today. As we said, Megan Guarnier taking the lead with Kristen Armstrong just 12 seconds down. Looking ahead to tomorrow, Megan's teammate Evelyn Stevens sitting in third at 22 seconds, with Leah Thomas in fourth, and United Healthcare's Corinne Rivera in the top five at 47 seconds down. Rivera's teammate Katie Hall in sixth at 49 seconds. Mariana Vos at 50 seconds, still within striking distance for Vos. Then we look at Chloe Dygert sitting in eighth place, who moved into the Best Young Riders jersey.
Megan, second day for Bowles Dolmans, but you're still in that leader's jersey. How was the time trial for you guys?
It was a good time trial for us. We did our best today, and of course second isn't what we came here for, but you can't ask for more than your best, and 2016 had a great ride, and the yellow jersey is still on my shoulders because of the team. I'm the one wearing it, but it's a team effort.
3 jerseys now for you to defend as well, the sprint jersey, QOM, and of course that leader's jersey. What are the thoughts ahead of tomorrow?
I think we focus one thing at a time, and today we just finished the team time trial. We'll process that, and then of course the leader's jersey is a big goal to keep it within our team, and whether it's on me that has the jersey or whether it's my teammate, that doesn't matter. Yeah.
It's all about Bowles Dolmans domination, isn't it?
Yeah, we try to keep it that way.
Well done today. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
So that'll do it for us from Folsom, California for stage two of the Amgen Breakaway from Heart Disease women's race, empowered with SRAM. For Laura Winter, my name is Brad Soner, saying thanks for watching. We hope you'll join us for stage 3 tomorrow as we head to Santa Rosa, California. We'll see you there.